Oh dear. Disney dumped Boba Fett. That's right. That's what we're getting here anyway. Commentary from Tamura Morrison. Basically just coming out and being like, yeah, no, there's no more Boba Fett. All good, all done. All done and dusted. Not only that, we now have confirmation, and this is really bad news, that Dave Filoni is a co-writer on The Mandalorian and Grogu. Brilliant. Because that's what everyone wants. It's not going to be good. That's not going to be a good sign. So a few things. Disney dumping Boba Fett. Should we get into it? My little sprouts? Let's go. Let's get into this. Book of Boba Fett star Tamura Morrison confirms that Lucasfilm has shelved his iconic character. So no more Boba Fett. So they recycled the Boba Fett character into The Mandalorian. Then they eventually gave us Boba Fett in The Mandalorian. And then we get Boba Fett in his own series and it was abysmal. And he was doing nothing. He should have been doing everything that The Mandalorian was doing. And now because they purposely wrote him to be garbage, he's done. Well, fantastic. Great. Good. Well done. That's definitely not going to create bitterness in the fan base. No, sir. Super lame. Like, genuinely super lame. It's like, I don't know, kicking a wall and then blaming the wall for being there. It's like, you did this yourself. You have hurt yourself, Disney. What are you doing? God, that's probably a bad analogy. It's like kicking your best friend and then blaming them for you kicking them and saying, I'm not going to be your friend anymore. It's like, what? But you kicked me. This is what they've done to Tamura Morrison. That's a better analogy, isn't it? Anyway, so what did he say? Well, he basically had an interview with Inverse, right? And Morrison revealed that he received some pushback for telling fans to send a fax or a letter or an email to Lucasfilm demanding Fett's return last year, which I actually think this is a really interesting and important point to raise, is that when, I mean, he's right to do this, by the way, but just their response is interesting. So when actors do this, it's clearly not received very well by the studios. There's a whole host of other actors that have done similar things, and you can believe that the response by the studio has been the same. So like She-Hulk, for instance. When she came out and said all the nasty stuff that she did and all that other kind of crap, that's not going to be received very well by the studio. This is the same thing, you know, demanding that he returns. I mean, I'm on his side, but it's a peek behind the curtain is that studios really don't like it. So he got some pushback and he just said, look, I was only joking. I'm at a convention and I say stupid things. Then I've got Lucasfilm ringing me saying, look, you've been put on the shelf, Boba Fett. We might open up the jar later. So there you go. He's done. He's dead. Not dead, but he's done. Like, as a character, he's done. He's not coming back. Not for a long time, anyway. So well done. Good. Great. Fantastic. You did yourself proud there, Disney. It was a big deal for me, Morrison said, of the show. When you do a series like Boba Fett and work with Ming-Na Wen, I started to think, man, this is it. I'm away. Season 2, 3, 4... But at the end of it, we had a great time. I was honoured to be brought back after all that time. And, you know, fair dues to him. But it must be disappointing. You know, he must have thought this was his big break. But they were just like, yeah, I'm Django, I'm Boba, I'm Commander Cody. I'm all the clones. I'm Captain Rex. The list goes on. So, I really can't complain. And you know what? Kudos to him. Good on him. And it is right, you know, he can play Cody, he can play Rex. In Ahsoka, he could come back. You know, at least as an actor, he could come back. So, that's good. I guess. But it's just part of Disney squatting down on all the original characters and taking a massive turd on them and then blaming them for smelling shitty. It's like, yeah, but you could, because you did that. You did that. Like, what are you doing? Anyway. Then we get this. And this is... Well, this isn't good anyway, I don't think. I think this is pretty bad. So, Dave Filoni, Mr. Baloney himself, was speaking to Empire magazine. And he revealed he was the co-writer. So he said this. Episode 7 was a completely different entity. I had dreams of Episode 7 since I came out of Return of the Jedi. You were like, after 6 comes 7. Where's 7? We're in a completely different era of Star Wars now. And then he called the big screen follow-up to The Mandalorian a celebration of the duo. Filoni confirmed that the shift from streaming to theatres will give the franchise a new feel. Not from the trailers. What can't you do now, he said. It's a question of, is the audience going to believe it? Are they going to feel it? That comes through the characters. If the characters are connecting, then the adventure plays, the action plays, the tension plays. So, okay, cool. And then Pedro Pascal was there as well. And was like, it only felt like the ending of a particular chapter. They open up the opportunity for him to continue his best work as a bounty hunter, but just working for the good guys, combining skill and morality, whereas when we meet him first, it's simply skill and Beskar and Mandalorian creed. Through his relationship to Grogu, there's an expansion of his heart and a disarming of his armor, so to speak, that leads him to fight for what he knows is right. Cool, whatever. But yeah, basically, Dave Filoni is Mandalorian and Grogu's co-writer and also second unit director. So I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's good. We saw what he did on Ahsoka. That was terrible. That was a terrible show. It just wasn't very good. And for him to be the co-writer, like, what happened to the show under Jon Favreau? Like, it was good under Favreau. Favreau had created something which was special. Right? Season 1 of The Mandalorian was very, very good. It was a very good show. And then it quickly jettisoned itself off a cliff and just began going downhill off of a cliff. So not downhill, just in freefall. And it's not gotten better, obviously. Like, the last season was terrible. They even had, god damn it, they had Lizzo and Jack Black in it. Like, what are you doing? It was dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. So, Filoni, Dave Filoni, as a co-writer, I don't think that's very good. Hopefully he didn't have a massive hand in it, but this also adds fuel to the fire and speculation that he has basically been co-opting the franchise, the Mandalorian franchise, the Mandalorian and Grogu, and just destroying it. So good times, well done. Again, just squatting down, taking a massive shit on things, and then complaining it stinks. Brilliant, yeah, you're doing this to yourself. Well done. Good times, stop doing it. It'd be better if they just didn't do it. Just stop. Stop for a while. But anyway, there you go. Disney bins off Boba Fett, and then Filoni is the Mandalorian and Grogu. Great, good times. Anyway, thoughts down below. Bye-bye now.